Tottenham Hotspur Football Club have confirmed that Harry Kane and Eric Dier will be presented with gifts by Ambassador Ledley King on Saturday. Richarlison has rejected a move to the Saudi League. He has come out and said, "I am at home at Tottenham." Reports in Turkey are stating that Galatasaray want to sign Spurs left-back Sergio Reguilón. The latest on the Emerson Royal deal, Tottenham to AC Milan. There is hope now that a medical can be completed by the end of this week. Former Spurs boss Harry Redknapp has come out and said he thinks that Arsenal win the Premier League this coming season. And TalkSport have stated that Tottenham are ready to step up their interest in Brentford's Ivan Toney.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news. Transfer news. Match previews. Legend interviews. Spurs women. Press conferences. Covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's start with the official news released by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Special recognition for Harry and Eric. Saturday's pre-season clash with FC Bayern at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium sees a return to N17 of Harry Kane and Eric Dier for the first time since their departures from the club. We have not previously had the opportunity to bid farewell to two players who have made such a significant contribution to our club in recent years. Ahead of the game, in recognition of their years of service to Tottenham Hotspur, the pair will be presented with gifts on behalf of the club ambassador Ledley King. The presentation is expected to take place approximately 15 minutes before the 5:30 p.m. kickoff, following the completion of the team warm-ups. We advise fans in attendance to be in their seats early. Harry Kane graduated through our academy system to become the club's all-time record goalscorer, overtaking Jimmy Greaves' 266 goals in February 2023. He departed in August last year, having scored a total of 280 goals in 435 Spurs appearances in all competitions. Eric was another important figure, both on and off the pitch, in over 9 years at the club. His 365 games in all competitions moved him into our all-time top 25 appearance makers, and he is one of only 8 players to play over 50 times for us in Europe. We look forward to welcoming both players and their families back to the club on Saturday. So Tottenham's final pre-season friendly takes place on Saturday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, 5:30 p.m. kickoff against Bayern Munich, as we will be playing in the Malta Cup. And our first game of the 2024-2025 season in the Premier League is now just 9 days away, taking place on Monday the 19th of August away at Leicester City, 8 p.m. kickoff. There is now also 3 weeks left, 21 days left of the summer transfer window. Of course, the summer transfer window ends on the 30th of August. The Tottenham Hotspur development side will play their first game in Premier League 2 next Friday, on Friday the 16th of August, 7 p.m. kickoff, as we will take on Chelsea at Kingsmeadow Stadium. The Tottenham Hotspur Under-18s play their first game of the Under-18 Premier League season Saturday week as we take on Crystal Palace at home on Saturday the 17th of August, 11 a.m. kickoff. That game will be played at Hotspur Way. The Spurs women have got a while to wait yet before the WSL season starts. Spurs will face Crystal Palace at Brisbane Road on Sunday the 22nd of September, 2 p.m. kickoff. Now, amid all of the speculation that Richarlison will be leaving Spurs in this summer transfer window, the player has actually come out and said there has been an offer from Saudi, but my dream of playing for Brazil and in the Premier League speaks louder. The money is big, but my dreams are bigger. Richarlison also posted a picture on his Instagram story of him celebrating scoring a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with the words, "I am at home." Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has given us a transfer update. He has stated, I think the main focus is going to be up front. They need one more offensive player, at least one, but it could be two, based on opportunities. But for sure, Tottenham will be busy there. For example, one of the players that they like is Dominic Solanke. It is something that I have said in the past couple of days, because I'm told that Tottenham have really explored the possibility of making a move for Dominic Solanke. Reports in Turkey are stating that Galatasaray are again interested in another Tottenham Hotspur player, this time being left-back Sergio Reguilón. Of course, Sergio Reguilón missed the tour to Japan and South Korea as he was allowed to look for another club. AS in Spain have also stated that Galatasaray are said to be dreaming about signing the Spanish left-back. Now, there have been a lot of reports, particularly on Thursday, about Emerson Royal joining AC Milan. Ben Jacobs from Give Me Sport stated earlier on in the day that the deal was off and Emerson Royal will not be joining AC Milan, and Milan would be looking now for other players. Various other reports came out later on Thursday in Italy stating that the deal was on, despite reports in England. The very latest from Football Italia, they are stating that more Milan delays in Emerson Royal talks with Tottenham. The date for Milan to formalise their agreement with Tottenham Hotspur for Emerson Royal has been pushed back yet again, but it should be done for €15 million plus €2 million in add-ons. Football Italia have also stated the negotiations have dragged on all summer and the fact that the player wanted the transfer has never been in doubt. AC Milan have haggled over every detail and Spurs had originally wanted €20 million plus bonuses to part with the Brazilian. That was gradually lowered while Milan raised their proposal from €12 million plus add-ons. Football Italia have also stated Milan and Tottenham decide Emerson Royal price according to multiple sources, including Sky Sports Italia transfer expert Gianluca Damasio. The deal will eventually be done for €15 million plus €2 million in bonuses. There were suggestions it could be done today, but once again the talks have crawled along and the date has been put back by another 24 hours. All parties remain confident it will not go beyond the weekend and he can fly in for a medical by the end of the week. Former Spurs boss Harry Redknapp has come out and said that he thinks Arsenal will win the Premier League in the 2024-2025 season. He said Manchester City have been incredible. For me, they have been the best team, not only in the Premier League, but in the world. The last 4 or 5 years, they have been unbelievable. But I've got a feeling about Arsenal this year. I know Spurs fans wouldn't like that, but I've got a feeling Arsenal could win it this year. The Sun newspaper reported about Richarlison and they are stating that Tottenham will be open to selling Richarlison for the right price in this summer transfer window, but the signing of any new forward, e.g. Solanke, would not be dependent on the Brazilian sale. TalkSport have just reported that Tottenham add Ivan Toney to transfer wish list amid Dominic Solanke pursuit. Tottenham are ready to step up their interest in the Brentford and England striker Ivan Toney. He is in the last year of his contract at Brentford and the club could accept a bid as low as £50 million for him. Former Premier League striker Troy Deeney has said that Spurs should go and sign Ivan Toney rather than Dominic Solanke. He said, I think Solanke works better at somewhere like Arsenal where he has to be on the end of something. If you're going to spend £65 million, which is the reported fee for Solanke, I would expect Spurs to go for Ivan Toney if they can get him. Test the water with Brentford and leave the offer on the table for a week. Now, finance expert Kieran Maguire has been talking about Tottenham's financial situation. He has stated that Tottenham's commercial income has trebled from £70 million to £220 million from when they moved from White Hart Lane to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And this is only going to increase further and further. So it's great news for the club financially. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has stated that Spurs target Amir Richardson is now on his way to Fiorentina. Tottenham Hotspur have been looking at him for some time, and Caught Offside have stated that Maurizio Pochettino, the former Spurs boss, is now the leading contender to be the next England boss. Now, in other news, Destiny Udogie is now back training and Richarlison is not that far away to returning to action, according to Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou. The Sun newspaper has stated there is plenty of loan interest in youngster Jamie Donley, who has shone at left-back in pre-season. Most of the Championship clubs and League One clubs want him, with ambitious Birmingham, whose boss Chris Davis worked with him last year as Ange Postecoglou's number 2. They are very keen. Tottenham Hotspur at the moment are yet to decide what to do with him. The Boot Room have just stated that Brighton, Leicester and Wolves have all inquired about signing Manor Solomon. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Let me start by saying there is now exactly 3 weeks until the transfer window closes. 21 days. Of course, all eyes are on Tottenham Hotspur's incomings. We have done a great job with the outgoings, and I don't want to keep repeating myself here on every episode, but we have done a good job on the outgoings, and it now looks like Emerson Royale will finally go out the door. On Thursday, it was reported that the deal was off, but apparently now the deal is back on. AC Milan want to get this deal done by the end of this week, i.e. Friday, i.e. today. So hopefully a medical can be booked. Emerson Royale can get on that plane to Milan and the deal will finally be done. Spurs is expected that we will sign at least 3 players in the next 3 weeks because Spurs, it has been widely reported, want a left-back, a winger and a centre-forward. Let's move on to talk about the centre-forward, because on Thursday morning the news broke that Spurs have concrete interest in Ivan Toney, a player that we have been linked with for some time now, and a player, I must admit, I would really welcome with open arms. Ivan Toney, I believe a player like this is exactly what Spurs need, a real force up front. And of course, it has been announced now, or, Richarlison come out and said that he's rejected a move to the Saudi League. He wants to stay in the Premier League and, he's living his dream. Dreams are more important than money. I absolutely love that attitude, but with someone like Richarlison, if he's going to stay at Spurs, then I just want to see all of his responses on the pitch. I want to see him, getting really stuck in. I want to see him in a Spurs shirt, the same Richarlison as what we saw in an Everton shirt. I've always been a big Richarlison fan. When he played for Watford, even when he played for Watford, I said then, Spurs should go after someone like Richarlison. Really, really decent player. And as I said when we signed him, can play on the left, can play on the right, can play through the middle. I just don't think or feel that we have had the Richarlison that Everton had. And I want to see that version of him. He's had, a couple of good spells at Spurs. Last season he scored a number of goals. He had a really good patch in the Premier League. But he's had a lot of issues on the pitch and off the pitch. A lot of struggles off the pitch. And I just want to see Richarlison back to his best. So if he is going to stay at Spurs, because he did say in the Premier League, there are reports out from a number of outlets, including the Sun newspaper, stating that Spurs would still offload Richarlison if the right offer came in. I did say on previous episodes, and I stand by it, that if we did get someone like Solanke or Ivan Toney in, you need other options. If Richarlison is going to stay at the football club, then it's far better having options rather than just one. Because, last season, and I've said this many times as well, after 10 games, that Chelsea game that derailed our season with all of those injuries and suspensions, injuries to key players can have a really, really big and damaging effect on our season. And it certainly did last year. So we need options. So if Spurs go out and sign Ivan Toney, I'll be very, very happy. As I said on a previous episode, all it takes now is Spurs to go out and sign 2-3 players, marquee signings, statement signings, key players, impact players, whatever you want to call them. And I tell you what, everyone will feel extremely excited ahead of the Leicester game, ahead of the brand new Premier League season, because it is just round the corner. Monday week is our first game in the new Premier League season, Leicester away. Harry Redknapp has come out and said that he thinks that Arsenal will win the Premier League title next season. Of course, they are strengthening. They are getting better. Of course, they got better last season. They got closer to Manchester City. But, I'm here to talk about Spurs. I'm here just, interested in Tottenham. I'm not looking down the road on what they're doing. They have progressed in recent years. But Spurs need to get up to that level, because they are a distance away from us at the moment, in terms of quality, in terms of squad depth. So Spurs need to get up to that level. But Pochettino has only been here for 12 months. He has really taken on the role fantastically well. Got us back into Europe. Of course, we'll be playing Europa League football this coming season. So it's going to take time. I think if Pochettino gets the patience from the fans, gets the time from the fans, and given the tools from the board, then he will be successful at our football club, and hopefully we will see the effects of that transfer window by transfer window and season by season. Reports in Turkey are stating that Galatasaray are interested in Sergio Reguilón. Reguilón has definitely got to move on in this window, and I've praised the club a number of times recently about the amount of deals that they've got done to do with the outgoings, and again, I'll praise the club if they get this one over the line, because Reguilón is a player that is not wanted by Ange Postecoglou. That is very clear. That is very evident in the lack of game time, and him not going on the plane, and the club putting out a statement saying that he would be looking for a new club. It just seems quite weird and funny that Galatasaray are interested in yet another Spurs player. As I said, the Emerson Royale deal, let's hope that can be done. Kane and Dier will be back at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday. I tell you, that is going to feel weird. Of course, I've seen many videos, and I've watched Harry Kane all season, banging in goals for Bayern Munich. Sadly, he didn't win a trophy with them. But that is going to be weird, seeing Harry Kane play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in another shirt, especially red and white. It is going to be strange. Eric Dier, not so much. But Harry Kane, our record goal scorer, legend of the club, loved and adored by so many Spurs fans. It is going to be very, very strange. But I'm so glad that Tottenham Hotspur are actually welcoming Harry Kane and Eric Dier. They've definitely done the right thing there by actually coming out and saying that they will both be presented with gifts, and they're both going to be given the farewell that they both deserve. Eric Dier was an important player and a key figure in a lot of teams over the years at Spurs. Harry Kane, record goal scorer, fantastic player, fantastic servant to the football club. Just very sad that he didn't lift a trophy at Spurs, but they deserve their farewell at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and I'm sure that the majority of the fans at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday will applaud them and give them the applause that they do need and deserve. It'll be an interesting game on Saturday. I expect a number of Tottenham Hotspur players to get minutes. But as I say, our first Premier League game is just around the corner. But 21 days now left of the transfer window. It's going to be a very interesting 21 days. Hopefully, it won't be that busy on Friday, because it's actually my birthday on Friday. So hopefully I won't be doing too many Spurs news updates. But perhaps Spurs will give me a present today by giving us a brand new signing, a statement signing, and someone who can fit straight into this Ange Postecoglou starting 11. And perhaps we will score a hatful of goals for us this coming season. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe and well. I'll see you on the next one. Come on, you Spurs.